Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time for Spoiler Alert, Episode 22, The Mandalorian Returns. I don't know. Anyway, thanks, everybody. Let me take care of some business first, then we'll get down to it. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos, my vast video library, and pops it up here just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there. And if you want to roll the dice and figure out if YouTube's actually going to notify you when I come on live, you can hit that bell down below, and it's a crapshoot if YouTube's actually going to notify you when I come on live. So what you should do is go over to suspendedfanimation.com, take a look at the schedule up there. I change it every week. Also, I have all the links to my social media on there and all the links to my pages as well. All right. I just realized I left the fan on over here. So if you hear whirring in the background, that's what it is, because it's warm here. Yeah, it's in the 80s. So what do you want to talk about? I did see The Northman. I actually own The Northman, I guess now, digital copy of it. It was either $20 to rent or $25 to buy. So that was kind of an easy decision. I was like, all right, I'll just spend the extra $5 and buy it. Good movie. I mean, it's really decent. And I said this, I think, in another video. It's more accessible than Nicholas Renfing. I can't remember his name. The guy who did Drive. Because his movie's just But yeah, this movie was actually, you got some Hamlet to it, you get some Beowulf, you got a little bit of everything, but it's all set to, in a Viking theme. Nicole Kidman's in it, Alexander Skarsgård's in it. Who else is in this? William Dafoe actually makes a little appearance as well. Ethan Hawke is in it. So yeah, there's all kinds of stuff in your classic revenge story of a prince whose king father gets killed. He vows, to come back, kill his uncle, who of course killed his father, get revenge, and save his mother, who is Nicole Kidman. And he does come back. Oh yeah, and Anna Taylor-Joy's in it as well. So yeah, it's some good stuff actually. And again, this is called spoiler alert because this is going to be spoilers and everything. He does not survive. Neither does his uncle. He does get his revenge, but he also dies at the same time. It was actually a pretty decent ending. I mean, I like the way they did it. The whole thing with his mother being the one that, you could kind of see this one set up for a while there, that his mother was the one that set up the father to be taken over by the uncle and everything. And yeah, so that was interesting. And she wanted him dead too. So yeah, it was really, really interesting. Like I said, decent movie. Go and see it if you haven't seen it already. Well, I already spoiled it for you for the most part, but good visuals as well. I mean, there's some really top-notch visual effects and weird shit going on, especially when they're talking about the bloodline, from the father to the son and all that kind of stuff. And they had this weird representation of, you see like the dead ancestors, and then you see the veins, so that you see like all the withered old, dead ancestors, and the veins coming from them going up into the live people, and then so on and so forth. So it was kind of cool. I like the way they did that. What else is anybody watching out there? You guys watching anything? Oh, I also did see the second season of Russian Doll. Wasn't as enamored with it this time around. It was interesting, but also confusing, because the first season, of course, takes place, it was almost 4 years ago. So it's her 36th birthday. And then this second season takes place on her 40th birthday, but now she's having she can time travel by riding the train instead of, dying over and over again, because of course that got solved. But the universe throws her a different curveball. Yes, I saw the trailer for Umbrella Academy and She-Hulk as well. I haven't gotten to actually post the other news that's out there, which Daredevil is going to be getting a Disney Plus series that's been announced as well with Charlie Cox, which isn't surprising because they just released, the visuals, the first kind of visuals for Echo, and Echo is, I'm fairly sure Charlie Cox is going to show up as Daredevil near the end of that. So that should be fun. Yeah, a lot of stuff has dropped this week. A lot of interesting news has come out this week. So I'll be talking about that on Sunday, of course. But yeah, I like the trailer for Umbrella Academy. The She-Hulk one, the CGI on that trailer, man, that was dodgy. But you could totally tell that it was someone fucked up. They put the release date early because they took it off the website just as quickly as they could, but everyone saw it already. And they were like, shit, the release date went out there. Roll a trailer with what you've got. And the special effects guys were, we're not done. Roll with what you've got. So they cut something together with not the full CGI complement going on. They got a few more renders to go before they get it right. But good overall. Her face is still kind of a little floaty on the but yeah, good overall. Also the jump stuff when when they're jumping. Hey, Vera Magisha. Just release it anyway. No one can tell the difference. I can. There's a lot of people that can tell the difference. Yeah, well, the dialogue is supposed to be, it's supposed to be a comedy. CBM. It's supposed to be a half hour. It's going to be a half hour courtroom comedy, is what it's going to be, which is what the original comic was. So it's going to throw a lot of people, I think, when they see this. Some people might not like it, but that's actually what She-Hulk's all about. I mean, the very first John Byrne She-Hulk comic it's a classic cover where she's talking directly to the people, out there. She goes, buy my first issue. I'm going to come to your house and rip up all your X-Men comics. And she's got an X-Men comic in her hand, getting ready to rip it. So yeah, that was, breaking the fourth wall quite a bit. She broke the fourth wall quite a bit as well. Vera McGee says that's cheating. Your day job requires you to pay attention to details. Not all the time. Man. I think the shakeup will be great. Yeah, I think it's going to be fun. You never can tell with people that are watching the Marvel TV shows or Marvel movies, things like that. People get uptight about all kinds of different things. So we'll see what happens. And weird shit too. I mean, just weird shit. And of course, you're going to have the whole it went woke, go woke, go broke kind of that bullshit, whatever. And when you ask them flat out, what the fuck does that mean? Yeah, that's what I thought. It's because it doesn't follow your ideology of, yeah. Yeah, they're always going to be out there, CBM. It's just best to stuff a sock in their mouth. Man. But yeah, I haven't been watching too much else. I've been waiting for Superman and Lois episodes to drop. I mean, the CW is just gutted, just completely gutted. There was also a new trailer for the Winchesters that dropped today. So that is the new prequel to Supernatural. That is with Papa Winchester when he was a kid, or when he was younger, I should say. He and Mama Winchester when they were younger in the 70s. And yeah, I know. Jensen Ackles is supposed to be working on that one. There isn't too much left on the CW. I think the last season of The Flash is going to be on there. Superman and Lois has been greenlit. The Winchesters, like I said, there's a prequel to Walker, I think is what it is, or a spinoff to Walker. That's supposedly greenlit as well. Gotham Knights is the other one. And I think that's it. But yeah, the CW is actually up for sale right now. So if you have $49 as well, you too can buy the. No, I'm kidding. It's $52. Pre Ghost House. Kind of, sort of. It's when they were first married. They kind of touched on it in like later seasons. I want to say like around season 14 or something like that. Yeah. You're actually watching the Johnny Depp trial? Okay. Yeah. I don't watch any of that stuff. It's not worth it. Hey, Johnny Pappas. Popped in via Facebook to give you a thumbs up. Thank you. So yeah, there's not a lot going on at the moment, TV wise. There will be, of course, next week. Next week is when all the craziness starts because we're going to have Obi-Wan. Then 2 weeks after that, we're going to have Miss Marvel, and then the floodgates go loose at that point, and we get like the boys. God, what else? There's going to be a whole bunch of stuff out there. Yes, I was talking a little bit about the new Daredevil series on Disney Plus. I'm looking forward to that as well. CBM says I did pick up World's Finest 1 and 2 and Jared Way's Doom Patrol Volume 1. Nice. Yeah, I haven't heard too much about his Doom Patrol. Let me know what you think. You're waiting for the verdict for Magisha. Yeah, I don't want. It was kind of funny. So one of my teachers, one of my art school teachers, there's a meme going around that only makes sense to 3D artists, and it's Johnny Depp on the stand, and he of course has the microphone in his face there, and goes, and then she made me do 3D Studio Max, which by the way is one of the worst fucking 3D programs you could ever use. It's horrible. It doesn't make any sense. It has no intuitive functions to it, and that's why it's a torture device in order to use. I took the 3D Studio Max class and failed horribly at it, but that's why it was funny. So CBM says World's Finest has the Doom Patrol in it because I like them just the right amount. Okay, nice. I like Doom Patrol as well. Yeah, the comic Doom Patrol was good. I like the Grant Morrison one, of course, but which is what the TV show is kind of based on at the moment. Oh, that reminds me. There's a new episode of Young Justice tonight. All right. I haven't watched it yet. So don't spoil it. I'm kidding. You can spoil it. But yeah, Young Justice is if you like I said, if you haven't watched it, it's fucking phenomenal. It's really, really good. And speaking of Doom Patrol, they do have in season 4 here, they actually did bring in Robot Man during an intervention with Garth. It's interesting. Yeah. CBM says I'm watching a LawTube stream for the case. It makes it more interesting. Okay. Yeah, I really don't watch a lot of YouTube videos. Saying that as someone who's on YouTube. um, I think the only ones I really I've mentioned this before. It's wood turning videos. I don't know why. I just find it cathartic. And the lockpicking lawyer. Those are the ones I watch. Oh, and a little bit of Adam Savage's Tested as well. Every now and then, I'll see what he's doing. I kind of like the ones where he's answering questions from viewers or from Patreon viewers, things of that nature, and those are actually kind of interesting. Yeah, I agree with you, CBM. Yeah, the that Robot Man one, he sounded too New Yorkish, and it was kind of going on, and it just sounded weird. It didn't sound like Brendan Fraser, but it needed. What the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with you, Garth? That's what they needed. Fermigation says wood turning videos are nice to watch. That's a woodworking skill I never learned. Yeah, I would like to try it. It's kind of funny. My boss actually has a lathe at her house, and so they do some wood turning and stuff like that. I kind of want to try it out. I know it's dangerous as all get out, but it looks like fun too. I know what's gonna happen though is I'll try it out and all that fucking sawdust gets everywhere because I know it supposedly gets like everywhere, like in your underwear and all that kind of stuff. And right after that, I'm gonna go, nope, done with it. It's kind of like Forged in Fire, you know. I watched that and I'm like, hey, I want to try that. I want to try, do a knife forging class or something like that. And I kind of figure, with the heat and everything and all that, after the first one, I'm like, nope, don't want to do that anymore. Uh, CBM says just censor up the whole episode and ban it for in several countries for close potty mouth. Yeah, I have PPE as well. Yes, I have access to my own PPE, but thank you very much. Yeah, I don't need the Tyvek suits. I used to have a bunny suit at one point. The ones you use for microchip productions and stuff like that. I think what it was I did a bartending gig at one point, and they had us put on a bunny suit. And I don't know if you've ever been in one of those things, but those are they're worse than Tyvek. They don't breathe at all because they're not supposed to. And we had a bartend in that thing. And I think by the 5 minutes into it, I had unzipped it. And so it was halfway hanging off of me. And I was, yeah, you know. Oh, yeah, wood burning. I tried wood burning when I was a kid. And no, not in the pyromaniac, kind of like a little wood burning kit. And I didn't see the aspect. It just didn't do anything to me, for me, I should say. There was there was kind of a cool thing at my previous job. They had a maker space, um, and they had a laser etching machine. So basically, you put in whatever you know um, logo you want or something like that, and you put in this piece of wood into the laser etch machine, and it just etched in. Yeah, I never got into whittling either. So, I mean, I've done sculpture work and stuff like that. I've actually got a big box of, you know, what is it? Sculpty is what it's called. So Sculpty is this stuff that of course, you use your hands. It warms up, and it's like putty, and so it becomes almost like silly putty and whatnot. And of course, you sculpt whatever you want, and then you just put it in the oven for like at 150 degrees, somewhere around there, 125 degrees for about I don't know, 20, 30 minutes, and it just becomes hard as a fucking rock. We used to use that in art school for maquettes and stuff like that. I have someplace around here. It's probably one of my boxes. I've got so one of the maquettes that we had to do is we had to do a play on, words for like an actor's. Um, you basically you take an actor's name and you turn it into an animal name in a way. So I did Bruce Hamble, and so it's Bruce Campbell as a pig, and of course I set it up on an Evil Dead. I even made a little Necronomicon out of leather. I took some leather and I did Sculpey on it and all that stuff, and then leather around it, whatnot. For Magisha says the closest woodworking art that I have done is stage sets. Other than that, it's tables and fireplace mantle. Yeah. Yeah, the closest woodworking art that I have done is IKEA. Because once you get to a certain point, the directions really don't matter, and you just start taking a hammer to the thing, and then it becomes woodworking art at that point. Plaster. I haven't worked with plaster. I take that back. I actually did work with plaster once a long time ago, and I just didn't like the way it heated up. It was just kind of weird. I didn't like that whole exothermic reaction thing. Percussive persuasion. Exactly. Oh, man. I wish there was more for me to talk about, show wise and stuff like that, but I really don't have a lot of stuff to talk about, show wise. I'm waiting for Peaky Blinders, the final season to come out as well, because they left it on a cliffhanger, season 5. And the next one comes out in June, next month. But there's so much stuff coming out in June. It's ridiculous. June, July, and August. Just a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, they also mentioned, they being Kevin Feige, that Secret Invasion, which of course involves the Skrulls and Nick Fury and all that stuff, takes place during the blip. So when everyone was gone in that 5-year. So they're actually going back to that whole 5-year period where people were gone. That's going to be interesting. But that's not until next year. Vermikish says the students are moving out. Lol. Yeah. We have finals going on right now. Well, they're next week. No, I take that back. Not next week, but the week after. So the week after next is going to be finals. But it might as well be finals. It's kind of funny. Like everyone's hunkered down and studying. Yes, Fury is in that one. He wasn't blipped. Oh wait, no, he was blipped. That's right. Yeah, I don't know how he oh, actually I think I do know. Maria Hill was not blipped. So she I believe has the scrolls pretend to be Fury. I think is what happens. I'm thinking that's what it's going to be. Don't know for sure. We'll find out next year. Yeah, because I mean, Echo comes out later on this year. God, there's so many Disney series that are coming out. It's ridiculous. I am really looking forward to the Obi-Wan series. To see, the Inquisitors in live action, especially with the spinning fucking blade and everything. That's gonna be awesome. It really is. And I'm interested to see what Acolyte's going to be about. Well, I know what Acolyte is kind of about, but still. And yet nothing is on right now. Come on, Young Justice is on. I keep telling you it's there. Go and watch it. It's good. It's really, 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 really good. HBO Max did release Made for Love season 2, and I believe the final episode of season 2 is on tonight. And God, I tried watching the first couple episodes and fell asleep. Yeah. Also Barry season 3 is up as well, and they're releasing those once a week on HBO Max. And Barry's always good. I mean, Barry's fun. I mean, it's just the last episode actually made me really laugh. Where he has the Chechen bomb, and it was something they bought off a mail order, and they needed Barry to put it where the Ecuadorians were, and to blow up their house. And he's like, "Where's the bomb?" It's like, "It's out there." Hank tells him it's out there, and you see out in the parking lot just this lone box sitting out in the parking lot by itself. And so Barry goes out there to go and grab the box, and as soon as he touches the box, you hear this beeping start, and it starts speaking Chechen. We don't know what the hell it's saying, but it sounds angry. And he's just moving slowly with the box, and it's pretty funny, I have to admit. And later on, he's placed it underneath the house, and he hits one of the beams underneath, and then it gets really angry sounds like beep 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 beep, and it starts saying something really fast in Chechen, like basically a warning of getting the fuck away. And so he crawls back out of the house as fast as he can. So that was actually pretty funny. If you haven't seen Barry as of yet, I just spoiled that for you too. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys, really. So I think I'm going to wrap things up, unless anyone else wants to talk about anything else. Woodworking, metal shopping. I don't know about anything metal shopping or anything like that, or metalwork or forging or anything like that, other than what I see on Forge and Fire. Barry and Young Justice just need to find where that is here. Well, HBO Max, I think actually it's just HBO Max up where you are as well, CBM. I think that's where it's at, or it could be on. Um, it's not Star. It's what's the other sci-fi one that is up in Canada there? Fuck, I can't remember the name of that one now. Someone told me once, and I completely forgot it now. But I think that's where it's at. It's on that Sci-Fi channel. We have Crave instead, but it doesn't have some things. No, it's the Sci-Fi one. It's similar to Star in Europe, and I'm blanking on it now. Anyway, or you could just go for HBO Max and see what you get there. I think there's a Canadian version. No, it's not Showcase either. I can't remember what it's called. Just do a Google search for it and see what comes up. Just ask where you can watch Barry in Canada, and they'll probably tell you HBO Max. So, what else do I have going on for the rest of this week? Well, I'm off tomorrow and Saturday, and then Sunday is going to be the Sunday edition of Saturday Morning Blast Off, where I take the genre news of the week and air genre stuff you guys want to talk about. We talk about it, as well as bullshit about everything else. Monday I'll be off, and then Tuesday will be another episode of Is It Worth My Time? I don't know what I'm doing as of yet. I'll come up with something. Wednesday I will probably be Wednesday and Thursday I think I'm going to be off, and then Friday of next week, Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's right. The first episode of Obi-Wan actually hits, and that'll be on Friday of next week. Crave is a Canadian version of HBO Max. Oh, okay. We'll see if Crave has it. I don't know for sure. You know what? Let's take a look since I'm here. in Canada. That's what I'm looking for. Where can I watch Barry in Canada? It says Crave. Yes, it does say Crave. Let's see about Young Justice, if it says the same thing about Young Justice. This is what happens when you don't actually put together a format. Yeah, it's just saying, how do I watch Young Justice in Canada? Young Justice is streaming on Netflix, but it's only available on Netflix Japan and Netflix Canada. There you go. So it looks like you can watch Young Justice on Netflix Canada. And you can watch Barry on Crave. So there you are. Oh, I did watch, by the way, Death on the Nile, the new one. And I just got to say that Hercules Poirot is a shit detective, like a completely shit detective. Because 5 people die on his watch while he's watching, pretty much. And he doesn't even solve the mystery of it. The mystery just kind of solves itself. He does, start coming up with a theory, but he's just basically shooting in the dark. And then by the time he's getting ready to release his theory, the killers are like, you know what, we're going to kill ourselves, pop, pop, and it's all over with. And you're just like, dude, you're a horrible fucking detective. CBM says it's funny because Harley Quinn is on a different thing, and so is Titans. Well, yeah, Titans you don't need to watch. No one needs to watch Titans. Except for me, for the channel, I usually watch it and kick myself later. Sorry, the dog just looked at me. She's standing in front of the fan and then looking at me because she's hot and needs to be shaved down for the summer. Anyway, you don't need to know that. Anyway, let's. Hey, Vera Magish. Yes, she's now she's standing on the couch in front of the fan. Yeah. You don't watch it because you need it. It's penance. No, it's not penance. It's more masochism, I think is what it is. Yeah. I think that's what it is. I think it's more masochism. It's kind of like watching all of Inhumans. No one in their right mind would actually watch the entire season, that entire first season of Inhumans, except for me. So, yeah, I'm watching it so you don't need to. Oh, man. Pretty much. All right. Really, I am going to go this time. Thank you to everybody who joined me tonight in the chat. And thank you if you made it this far in the video. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos in my past video library and pops it up here just for you. And if you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button down below there. And if you can, hit that like button and the share button as well. And if you want to know when I'm going live again next, go over to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I have up there. I change it out every week. Also have all the links to my social media and all the links to my pages on there as well. All right. Thanks, everybody. I will see you again on Sunday. Until then, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may be at a loss of what to put, on this video channel because you're basically flying by the seat of your pants at this point and also just really, really tired. Yeah, work's been kicking my ass left and right. So anyway, thanks, everybody. I will see you again on Sunday. Until then, stay safe, be well, take care, get those vaccine shots, get the boosters as well. They help. And I will see you again on Sunday. Have a good rest of your week and have a good start to the weekend as well. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.